Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Think Tank Sports. Think Tank Sports, where we think and you listen. Check us out on the socials, if you will, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Listen to us on Spotify for podcasters or wherever you get your podcasts. And watch us on YouTube. Here we are doing it again. Doing the YouTube thing. You can see both of us here. You can see me with my Star Wars shirt on as it is May 4th. So May the 4th be with you. That's all I'm going to do on the Star Wars thing. We recorded a NBA one earlier today and I did a little bit more, but so I'll do a little bit less here. We are here to talk about our beloved New York Yankees, who are killing us right now. And of course, a little bit of Major League Baseball. We've got our power rankings, top 10 this week, which we will do moving forward, the top 10 teams based on our expert opinions. And so we go from there and talk about Major League Baseball and the Yankees. Of course, I've got Mike right there next to me visually. For us, if you're watching on YouTube. Mike, how the heck are you?
Good, Dave. Very good. Unlike our New York Yankees, and it's really been frustrating, although last night's win, and we'll get to that, was very satisfying. But last we talked, Dave, we were recording after a 12-6 or during a 12-6 win for the Yankees against the Twins and the day game. So the bats came alive a little bit. And then the Yankees go into Texas and win 4-2 to open up a 4-game series against the Rangers. And you think, okay, here we go. We're, a couple wins in a row. And now we're going to, show Texas what we got. And boy, did we show them what we had. And there wasn't much of it.
Yeah, and the Thursday game was a Garrett Cole game. So right. So far, so good. I mean, he wins, goes to 5-0. So that was really good. Old friend Andrew Heaney with 6 innings and just the 3 earned runs. But the Yankees, do what they need to do. And then the Yankees.
And we see Michael King come on and get the save. So
yep. So yeah. that was good. And then we see the Yankees do what the Yankees have been doing most of the season, not scoring any runs. The Friday game, Mike, 5-2 against the Rangers. It's 5-0 early after 3.
Right. We missed a key thing that happened Thursday with Judge's slide into third. Hits a double, tries to steal third. Lands awkwardly. First, the broadcast thought maybe like a jammed wrist or shoulder, but it turns out to be a little hip action, right? Is that what they're saying?
Yep. It's turns out to be his hip, and it took a couple of days, which I thought was odd. I don't know. Yeah, strange. They were like, well, we're gonna see, and I don't know if it's the, smoke and mirrors of the Yankees media and it's Judge coming off of this huge MVP year, but it was a little weird that it took a couple of days to kind of.
I think he woke up stiff and then the second day even worse. And it was just, we just have to rest it kind of thing. I don't think it was anything more conspiratorial, but you never know with the Yankees and your boy Brian Cashman. So back to Friday, buddy. I'm sorry. Rangers got out 5-0 and it was over from there.
Yeah, and it was over from there. Back to Judge briefly. There's a lot of Yankee fans in Texas, so I think there was a lot of hype to see 4 games of Aaron Judge and to see him go out in the first game and not play the rest of the series was a little, disturbing. I think as we were watching this game on Friday or paying attention to this game, I think your text was Clark Schmidt here. He's given up 5 runs after 3 innings and, saying, does he pitch like every other day? It certainly seems like that.
That was last night's game when he pitched every other day.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Here we are talking about a different game he pitched.
Yeah. So, Clark Schmidt, who had a lot of promise at the end of last year, and I think we were excited about it, has just not worked out well. I think Steve texted us DFA for Clark Schmidt. Certainly not, but I mean, he's getting close to, and we'll talk, Severino, once he gets built up, we'll be back. And
Yeah.
Somebody's got to go, and Clark Schmidt may be.
He's certainly the weakest link at this point, for sure.
Yes, he is. He is
For
definitely
sure.
the weakest link. So
You
yeah,
are
the
the weakest
Yankees
link.
struggle. Only 5 hits in this game. They don't score until the 5th and 6th innings. So it's,
Right.
just not a good game, Mike. What say you about the Saturday game?
Saturday game was a 2-0 pitchers duel. I think it lasted 2 hours and 7 minutes. I think they said something very quick. I'll tell you that much. And I felt like this game was very winnable. It was very frustrating. Burrito comes out and 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. That's pretty representative for someone being called up, from AAA, who they don't think is quite ready. That's not bad. You
No,
pitch
no,
like
not bad
that
at all.
in the majors, your team should get you 3 runs easy. But we just didn't hit again in this game, and it's just starting to be not even a theme, just a completely frustrating. This was a 3-hitter. 3 lousy hits. That's all we got.
One God bleeping it. You can't say that on the radio. That's okay. Nobody's
No.
listening anyway. A little major league there for you. Yeah. Nathan Eovaldi, who has over his career kind of dominated the Yankees since he left the Yankees. Complete game, 3-hit shutout, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to say about that guy? I loved him as a Yankee.
Yep.
Got hurt. I think he had a rehab stint in Tampa for a minute, then Boston, so 2 teams I'm not exactly going to root for, and certainly not going to root for him here in Texas either. So
nope.
One of those players that if he was on my team, I'd respect him, but since he's not, the heck with him. So.
Oh, Mike, and then we get to Sunday.
It was over before it started Sunday, right?
Oh, it was just ugly. I just kept looking down at my phone and seeing home run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Literally, is that really what happened? Yeah. 15-2. I mean, a grand slam in the first inning off of Nestor Cortez.
Right.
After, getting shut out the previous game, they get nothing in the first inning and give up a grand slam. Again, this team has been behind in just about every game. And, that just hurt. Nasty Nestor gives up 7 runs. I mean, it was ugly. It was ugly.
Dave, listen to the starting batting order.
Oh, yeah.
Going into this game.
Yeah.
Sunday. Volpe, Peraza hitting second, Rizzo, LeMahieu, Calhoun, Gleyber, Torres, Cabrera, IKF, Higashioka.
And Hicks.
Not exactly the 27 Yankees. Oh, and Hicks. Yes.
Yeah. Calhoun came in.
Right.
He pinch hit later in the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the 27.
Not exactly the 27 Yankees out there.
Nope.
15 of the 26 opening day starters have been or are currently on the IL already. We just started May. So, again, not an excuse. Like Cashman said, we'll get to him.
We can get to it now. I mean, he definitely came out, Brian Cashman, and, there's been a lot of, unhappiness, certainly.
Sure.
They've already started to draw comparisons to the 2019 Yankees, a team where Mike and I both were, pulling out what's left of our hair, going crazy over the number of injuries. And they are almost at the same spot as they were in 2019, Mike. And it is just infuriating. Brian Cashman comes out and clearly he's feeling it from the media and comes out with, yeah, these guys are hurt, but when they come back, they're really, really good and they're really, really outstanding. And so, give us some time, give us a chance, blah, 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 blah. We've heard all of this. If it's deaf ears for you and me, Mike, it's got to be deaf ears to Yankee players and management and everything else.
of the COVID 2020 year when they were playing in Buffalo against Toronto,
Oh,
and they hadn't been
geez.
playing well. And Brian Cashman took the private jet to talk to the team, and it was like, "Oh, Brian Cashman's in Buffalo," and everyone's all on edge. And it's like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, folks? He's giving the motivational speech.
Did they
I mean, that
not
was a
though
different season.
explode in Buffalo with all those runs and home runs? But that was because they were playing in the AAA stadium,
right, for the Blue Jays. And that was a different season as far as a sprint versus a marathon. This is a marathon. They will get healthy. They will get better. But and we say all that, and then last night, Dave. Well, we haven't even gotten into this series, so we'll get to that. Who did they play after the Rangers? We were happy to see them
right to the Guardians.
Right to the Guardians, right?
Yep, they go to this. You figure they're starting to right themselves. Domingo Germán pitches this great game, pitches into the ninth inning. The Yankees are up 2-0, feeling like everything's good. He gives up a hit, then gets an out. And then we have what I'm going to start to call the Clay Holmes experiment.
Okay.
And it's not working out, Mike. It is not working out. He comes in 2 hits, gives up the hit that ties the game with 2 runners on. Just not good. They bring in, poo-poo platter, Wandy Peralta. He gets out of it, but he doesn't pitch all that great. Walks in the go-ahead run 3-2. And so then there was some stuff in the media there about, and I ask you, Mike, which loss is worse? The 15-2 blowout where you're never in the game, or this 3-2 game where you have the lead with 2 outs to go and cough it up?
Oh, definitely the second one. That's a age-old sports question. For me, it's always been the tough loss at the end, because, the blowout is, you can have fun with it, and that happens occasionally. And, that's baseball, Susan. But, the 3-2 loss is something you could have controlled, and, it was right in your grasp, and you lost it at the last second. So, for me, it's the 3-2 loss, and, the diminishing asset that is Clay Holmes. We're seeing Michael King, being rotated into the closer spot, rightfully so. Loizaga, is not coming back anytime soon. If we see him this season, I'd be surprised. I know they're saying August.
They're saying August, September, but he had a bone spur removed from his pitching elbow. Yeah, you might as well just write him off. If I'm the Yankees, you can't plan to have really anything from him. You're not like, oh, the rosters are expanding in September and blah, blah, blah. Oh, we don't have that anymore. And
And low key, big news, Lou Trevino also out for the season, going to have Tommy John. And, he's done. So 2 arms in the bullpen going that they were counting on for sure. And then Clay Holmes not performing also is a big problem. Peralta, I'm not worried. It was a walk. It was not great.
He came in a tough spot. No, I'm not worried either. But, again, it just adds to the drama of this, struggle at the beginning of the year. So, Mike, we go to Tuesday's game, and, the Yankees, hey, they were at 500 at 15-15. They end up in, last place in the AL East, at 500. Oh my gosh, the world is coming to an end. But
the sky is falling.
We did have Garrett Cole pitching on Tuesday. So, he goes 6 innings, gets his, 5 hits, 2 runs, 8 strikeouts, keeps them in the game. And then Peralta again, comes in, does well, gets the win. Michael King comes in and gets the save, like you said, inning and 2/3, 3 strikeouts. So is Michael King now becoming that guy?
Yes.
And, you got big home runs here, right? Volpe and Calhoun, really, really nice to be able to, turn the tide. I mean, they needed something, right? They needed to have something come out of the lineup. Interesting. This is not the game where Bader got hurt.
No, that's
that was last night.
Right.
But Harrison Bader comes back. So that's a good thing. He's 1 for 4. And they pushed him. They said he was going to play more, and they said, nope, you're coming up. They were going to give him another week. Nope. They brought him up, put him in. They need him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, great pitching performance. And this is the Anthony Volpe, offensive show a little bit. He can do more for sure, but gets his first home run
or his third home run.
Oh, right. I messed that up when it happened too.
Yeah.
I said, that's his first one to my wife. And then immediately they put third home run of the season on the screen. She's like, and you have a podcast? Yeah.
Right. But leading off,
anyway,
he continues to move things along. 2 hits, 2 runs scored, steals 2 bases. Anthony Volpe's been great. He's he's at 230. Defense has been good. So we're happy. The challenge is, right now the Yankees need somebody to carry him, and it's kind of him, and it's maybe a little more than we were expecting from him, given, the other big boppers in the lineup, but we don't have any of those.
Right. No, for sure. We don't have any of those. And then the game last night, Dave.
Yes.
That we all seem to want to get to. Yankees win 4-3-10. Walk it off with a little Rizzo.
Trevino
shot.
Or Trevino. Sorry, not Trevino.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fun game. But a game of attrition where we saw, seemed like every Yankee player was injured at some point. Bader, as you said earlier, collides in the outfield with IKF.
Yep.
Gets hit in the back of the neck or shoulder area, can't work it out and has to come out of the game. Hopefully it's not a concussion protocol or anything crazy.
Yep.
With that. And then Peraza's trying to steal second and
doesn't slide for some reason. I mean, the ball's
stride, he gets off balance.
Oh, that's right. He does. He gets off balance,
and tweaks whatever it is he tweaked. Yeah.
Stumbles and.
Yeah, it was awkward at second, and his ankle turns. Either way, he's got to come out of the game.
And these both happen in the top of the 9th inning is Bader, bottom of the 9th inning was Peraza, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, do we have anybody left on the bench? But they thank goodness.
Yeah, Aaron Hicks.
The infield. Yeah, exactly. So no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that being said, they get the big hits and the big win, and now 2 in a row again, feeling good about ourselves, going into a huge series spot in the schedule. 7 out of the next 10 games against the Tampa Bay Rays. Yep. Only going to see them 7 more times the rest of the year, Dave.
Yeah.
Or 6 more times, the rest of the year. So it's not 19 games against your division opponents. It's 13 or 12, depending on which division you're in. So to kind of balance out the schedule where you play everybody,
right?
That's the sacrifice the schedule had to make. So
yeah,
the Rays are out to, Dave. This is the biggest May series maybe ever. I don't know about ever. That's obviously hyperbole, but this is a huge May series for the Yankees.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. You'd like to see, these 2 series closer, that they are close together a little bit based on the way the Rays are playing at 26-6, a little bit farther back in the schedule, maybe as, Tampa kind of cool off, but Mike, they are not cooling off, so prior to these last 2 games, this is what I did. I looked at the best 30 game starts in the history of baseball. And the first one is a real obvious one, is the 84 Detroit Tigers. They were 26-4 after 30 games. They won the World Series. A whole bunch of teams, Mike, started out 24-6. similar to what the Rays were, 24-6 before the last two games. And a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them went on to win the World Series, Mike. And I just throw a couple of them. The 2016 Cubs started out 24-6 and won. The 05 New York Giants, the Yankees of 1928.
San Francisco Giants.
No, 1905.
1905. Oh,
yeah, sorry.
No,
I needed to say that.
said 05,
1905, not 2005. Yes, the New York baseball Giants, not the New York football Giants at this point. The Yankees, 28, 39, and 58, those 3 years, all started out 24-6. And the 1907 Chicago Cubs also started 24-6. So lots of teams that had those kinds of starts and translated them into World Series championships. So it's just interesting, I don't think you can downplay Tampa's start.
No.
Not necessarily that we are, but at this point, it is a legitimate start to the season, and one that a lot of these teams won well over 100 games. So, there is that is there for Tampa. So the Yankees have a real.
Don't you think there's a
battle,
perception?
and they don't have Cole because he just pitched.
Right.
So Cole is not going to pitch in one of these games.
Right. That's true. Don't you think there's a perception out there about these teams that have tremendous regular seasons never winning the championship, and nothing more current than the Boston Bruins in hockey, who had just an absolute historic season and up 3-1 in a best-of-7 series in round one in hockey and lose.
Yep, and cough it up.
Cough it right out.
And we just talked.
We think about the Mariners, the 116 regular season wins.
Yep.
That kind of thing. Of course, those Yankee fans, the 98 Yankees and their 125 wins or whatever it was, with the World Series win.
Ironically, Mike, both the 98 Yankees and 2001 Mariners started out 23-7.
Oh, all right.
In their first 30. Now we know that the 98 Yankees did lose games in the beginning of the year very early, but yeah, both of those teams 23-7. So right on that fringe of the 24-6. Obviously Yankees win the World Series. Seattle gets beat by the Yankees.
Yes.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha.
Too bad. So sad. Not
well,
really.
Let's get into our power rankings, and I'm sure that'll lead us to some more organic discussions.
Yes. So we'll start as we normally do at the bottom there and work our way up to number one. Mike, pains me to say, but looking at the teams I have at number 10, your Houston Astros at a meager 16-15, but they are playing well. They've only given up 115 runs, Mike. 5-5 in their last 10, but when you look at some of these teams, we talked before going in to this, that some of these bottom teams are not playing particularly well. Mike, you had the Astros at number 2 last week, so this is a team that you definitely liked. I have finally acquiescing and putting them in the top 10 at 10.
Very interesting. Very interesting. At number 10 for me, Dave, as a Yankee fan at the bottom looking up to the Baltimore Orioles. 20-10. I mean, I can't ignore them anymore. I want to ignore them. 20-10. They're good. Cedric Mullins is turning into an MVP type candidate early. Young kids are playing well. Pitching's holding up. I don't believe in them long term, but right now, this week, I have them at 10.
Yep. And you beat me up I had Baltimore at 5 last week, and you got after me about their schedule, and it hasn't been great, but the next 4 series, Mike, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, and the Angels. So we will see how good the Orioles are moving up. Mike, who do you have at number 9?
it's hard for me to give up on this team being in the top 5 or really the top 3, but the Dodgers, Dave.
Really?
19-13. They've played a little better. They've won 6 of 8. Seems like they're, running into buzzsaws more than anything lately, but still, 19-13, really good championship caliber team. I got them slightly ahead of the Orioles, number 9.
Yep, 8-2. They've won 6 in a row. Their next couple series at San Diego, at Milwaukee. So they've got, some competitive games going on there.
Sure.
For me, Mike, at number 9 is the Twinkies, the Minnesota Twins. Won today, so now they are 18-14, leading their division there by 3.5 games against the aforementioned Cleveland Guardians. They're playing better. We talked last week that Minnesota is maybe a little bit better than what we thought, and so I've got them at 9.
Okay, that's fair. Another team I can't ignore with 20 wins is the Pittsburgh Pirates, Dave.
So this is your number 8?
Number 8. 20-12,
Okay.
leads the league in stolen bases, which I like. Playing an old National League style of ball and doing it without their superstar O'Neal Cruz. So good on them. Again, don't believe in them long term, but 20-12 start the season right now, first week of May. They're number 8.
Yep, they have lost 4 in a row.
Yep.
Off of their great start. They just were swept by the aforementioned Tampa Rays. Mike, at number 8, I have the Toronto Blue Jays at 18-13, 6-4 in their last 10. Again, another team has lost 4 in a row. Wait a minute. 18-13. Yes, they have lost 4 in a row, but still playing good baseball. And so I have Toronto there.
Okay. I have them at 7. So for all the reasons that you said, and Barrios is having an excellent start to his season, even though it started late. So adding him to an already good staff, they're going to be around all year for us to deal with, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
At 7, Mike, I have your Milwaukee Brewers. Looks like they lost today. They're now 18-13. They've lost 4 in a row. A lot of day games today. So as we were doing this earlier, some of these teams hadn't finished their games off, but Milwaukee they were very early on in first place until the Pirates kind of went on their run. They've only allowed 119 runs this year, Mike. So pitching is doing well. They could do a little bit better, scoring a few more runs, but I have the Brewers at 7.
I have them at 6. Shocking.
Wow, we're climbing the ladder here.
One thing to watch with the Brewers is Christian Yelich, him too.
Yes, his brother. Yep,
his brother. So we're in May. He's got a 233 average with 340 slugging, and he struck out 30% of the time already at 117 at bats. So
I feel like I could do that.
Right.
Probably couldn't, but
5 years ago, this is a slow start. Now you got to start thinking about, is this a trend that needs to be dealt with?
Yep.
With him. But I still, I love their pitching staff. So I'm good.
Yeah, no, they're good. I have Texas at number 6.
Okay.
They are, I have to say, we talked about, Bruce Bochy. So Texas is at 18-12. Nice run differential at +69. 191 runs scored, only 122 allowed, Mike. So the Bruce Bochy effect definitely taking effect. They're only a game ahead of the Angels right now, but the longer the Rangers hang around, Mike, the longer I think that they will keep that up for the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. What number are we at for me?
That was
5?
at 6. We've kind of been jumping. So now you're 5.
My 5 is the Texas Rangers.
Okay.
18-12 and just kicked our ass, all over the field. So probably a little bit higher than what I would normally have him at. And then the DeGrom injury obviously is a big blow if he's going to be out any substantial amount of time.
Jacob DeGrom is hurt?
Yeah, no. I don't know if you're aware of this. Yeah.
Wow, you don't say.
Let me break it to you slowly. Jacob DeGrom's got a cold, Dave. He doesn't feel good.
Oh, he's going to be out for 2 months.
He doesn't feel good.
No.
He's not going to make it the rest of
the
the year. Thanks, Doc.
Nice. Number 5 for me is the aforementioned Pittsburgh Pirates. So I have them at 5. You have them at 8. Again, they're sliding a little bit, of course, but they're still playing good baseball and their pitching has been outstanding. This is going to be interesting, Mike, because we've got a lot of teams flip-flopped. At 4, I have the Baltimore Orioles.
I have the Houston Astros.
Who you have at 10. So we literally flip-flop those two. I had Houston at
really?
10.
Interesting. 10 and 4.
And 10 and 4. And so you have the Astros at 4. Why do you have the Astros at 4, Mike?
I have a hard time believing they're a 500 team that they're playing at. And
they are 16 and 15, Mike. They are just above a 500 team.
Exactly. They're just too talented. Although Jose Abreu, also another older player that, maybe the White Sox were smart in getting rid of. Not that they're playing. I think if we ranked all the teams, they would be really close to last. Behind, maybe just ahead of the A's. But anyway.
Just ahead.
Yeah, I just think that they're just another championship caliber team, and they're just loaded everywhere. And someone gets hurt, and they just bring up somebody that's just as good or better. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm beaten down by the Houston Astros, buddy. So I can't drop them any further.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
And number 3, Mike, I have the LA Dodgers, who you had at 9. I just like that they have gotten a streak going, and maybe I'm drinking some of the Dodgers Kool-Aid, perhaps as you are drinking Astros Kool-Aid, but the Dodgers are actually 19 and 13 and not 16 and 15, 6 in a row, 8 and 2 in their last 10.
Absolutely. They are.
So who do you have at 3, Mike?
At 3, I have the Toronto Blue Jays.
Wow. Number 3.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I already did the Blue Jays, didn't I? We talked about.
Yes, you did the Blue. You had the Blue Jays at 7.
Okay. Obviously, my list is messed up. So I'm sorry. This is 3.
Yes.
The Braves.
The Braves at 3. Okay, now we're getting things together. Yes.
21 and 10. The Atlanta
ATL.
Braves. Strider's ridiculous.
Yes, he is.
They're awesome. I don't know what to say. They just keep plugging and playing and continuing to just dominate quietly out there. I don't know. And
with their win and the Mets loss today, Mike, they're up 6 games on the Mets.
Are they really that many already?
Yeah, it's 6 games. The Braves are at 22 and 10. They've only allowed 117 runs. So, they're playing great. 8 and 2 in their last 10.
Number 2.
I have the Braves at 2.
Okay. Let's just fight about it now.
So who's your 2?
Minnesota Twins.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy talk. I can't believe that we have these teams so flip-flop. We're normally like right close. I mean, it's good. It's good theater. It's good, good podcast talk, good conversation. Mike and I do not agree on all of these.
I know I've alluded to it in the past, but let me get on the Byron Buxton MVP.
Oh yeah. Every week you've talked about Byron Buxton.
Yeah. He's healthy. He's healthy. I don't know what to say. Stay a healthy, kid, because 5 home runs in the last 8 games. I mean, and he's doubled 3 times with 11 RBIs.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good. I love their bullpen. I think that they're just they're a lot better than I thought they were going to be. And I hate to say that because of their shortstop for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Minnesota Twins, they're apparently going to be my team this year unless they're playing the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. And then I think we both know number one
Yeah.
is Tampa, 26-6. We've talked about them cruising. They have only given up 96 runs. The only team to give up less than 100 runs so far this year. And of course, leading the league in runs scored at 210, leading the league in home runs. This is not, I can't even say your uncles, your dads. This isn't even your brother's Tampa Bay Rays at this point. They are they're good. They're good. So
they're good. I don't know what to say about them either. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting an eyeball on them this weekend.
Yes, we will definitely get a chance to see them against the Yankees. And geez, can we just stay with them and not have these games be blowouts, please? Right. Even though they'll be painful if they're close, I'd much rather stay close and have the slight feeling that we might be able to catch them as we sit 9 games back of the Rays here on the 4th of May. 9 games, 9 times. Wow. 9 times.
9. All right, buddy. Let's wrap it up here with Think Tank Sports. You know, we had a good time chopping it up about the Yankees. Hopefully healthier and better times are ahead with them. And our power rankings have turned into an entertaining, certainly little segment. So that's great.
Yep.
I will talk to you soon as we wrap it up here with Think Tank Sports. Check us out on all the social media accounts. Download us wherever you get your podcasts, especially Spotify for podcast, our preferred delivery system. As we here at Think Tank Sports think while you listen as we strive for 5.
See you, everybody.
Deuces.